So today we're going to go through locating, previewing, loading and playing sounds in Ableton. So in the session view we'll explore the browser, choosing and listening to the sounds and loading them to a track. So when we're choosing sounds, we've got instruments, which are sound generating plugins, and synthesizers and samplers. So in the browser we'll choose instruments and go into the simpler. If we click on the triangle, we've got some options down here. If we click again, using your cursor you can preview the sounds. Just turn that down a little bit. You can also navigate using your arrow keys on your keyboard. There's a couple of different ways you can load the sounds into the tracks. So you can double click and it will pop up into the track. You can drag it onto the track and you can drag it into a blank space as well, and that will create a new track. So on the bottom view we'll show the instrument that will generate the sound. So to trigger the sound we need to use MIDI, which is an instruction that gives performance information. So to play the sound we will double click on the cell, which is a clip of a certain length, for example 1 bar, 2 bars. You can come down to the piano roll here and it will show you how many beats and bars it will play. There's a couple of ways we can generate the sound as well. So if we click on the little blue headphone preview button down here, we can just click on the keys in the piano roll. Another option is we can activate the keyboard button up here in Ableton and use our keyboard on our computer to make the sound. Or you can use our MIDI controller, or if you have it plugged into your computer, it will just start playing the sounds. You just need to make sure that the track is record enabled. So in the browser view, there's a couple of other options that we can choose from. My version doesn't have that today, but we have Operator, which is a software instrument with analog sounds and modulation synthesis, and Tension, which is also a different kind of synthesizer, good for strings. And then Simpler and Sampler, it's a type of sampler as opposed to a synth. We'll also explore the clips and the samples. So clips are saved bits of audio or MIDI. They're usually loop-based and contain information related to that particular clip. For example, warping or automation. So it's like MIDI or audio information that's already been prepared for us. So we can navigate through the previews just the same as before, using the arrow keys or using your cursor. To load the clip, you can drag it onto any track. You can double click and it will create a new track, or you can drag it to a blank space. Then to play the track, you just push the play button. And to stop, push the spacebar. And you'll notice that the green light is still on in the play button. This means that the clip is still in focus. So if you were to push spacebar again, that same clip will play again. So if I had 2 clips playing at the same time and I push the spacebar button, it would stop, but both the clips would still be in focus, so still active. If I wanted to stop one clip, I could push the stop button. And that would stop that particular clip. If I want to stop all clips, I can push the global stop button in the master track. And then we have samples. So samples are just bits of audio, they're not clips. If you drag a particular piece of audio into a track, it will then become a clip and you'll see all the clip information in the bottom view. And then you would also have an option for sample library or sound library, which would be your own sounds that you've already created and have stored somewhere in your computer. And then you could use those to drag onto a track and manipulate those sounds as well. And that covers it for the locating, previewing, loading and playing sounds in Ableton. Thanks.